Many of you may not already know that coming to Thailand for me 3 years ago was partly rehabilitation. I have struggled with addiction issues my whole life, since my teenage years, since my early teenage years. I have struggled with addiction issues. It's no secret to those where I'm from. It's in my lineage, it's in my family. But us as human beings, we become what we are around. Meaning, while I am an addict, when I'm in environments of education where alcohol and drugs are not, when I'm in a country that focuses more on Buddhism and bowing down, being humble, more than going out to drink and being egoic, narcissistic. So basically, for me, living in Thailand was a way to escape the jaws of cocaine addiction. Now, how serious was it? I was holding down my job, missing some time through it, but holding down my job, because there was also a time in my life where I was homeless from the effects of drink and drugs. And while I was homeless, using drink and drugs to keep warm, you could say, but nonetheless, it was my go-to thing. But since that time, I would never let my job go. Never, because I got the taste of what homeless feels like, and it wasn't for me. And no matter what debt I had for coke, and no matter what situation I got myself into, my rent and bills was always first. That was a lesson I learned. So I didn't throw it all away so I always made sure to not throw it all away for a second time. You could say I was very cautious. I was very cautious with my mentality not to let myself go into the dangerous waters of losing it all, because I well and truly lost it all before. In every way you can imagine. My home, my freedom, being in prison in 2 different countries, friendships, relationships, and my mental health. Part of why I went to Thailand to get free of the grip of the cocaine that I was using was how dark I had gone mentally, how paranoid I had gone, how dark my thoughts were. Now, talking about how serious was it? Well, look, I was doing it when I didn't want to do it. I would swear to myself I would never do it again. Next thing I'm doing it. I put myself through the ringer with it. I hid myself away from people, crashed my father's car, spent all my money, spent the money I had to buy him a car, got a loan out of the credit union to buy him a car, blew it all on cocaine before I could buy a car. These are sad realities, So I was in addiction. I was in addiction and I was helpless. I was truly helpless to cocaine, you know. Over my life, I have had many situations, you know, that I can go into in different videos related to addiction, related to all I've lost through addiction. But you know, it's as serious as that. It's by the grace of God that I am here speaking to you on this video. 37, married and sober. I've been sober for about 2 years now. But the purpose of this video is to make you aware that coming to Thailand was partly rehabilitating for me. Even though you can do all that here, you can drink and you can drug here in different ways. You can. And I would argue it's a better place to do it. That was partly why I kept away from people, to keep my money for here. I stopped socializing. I stopped going out to bars, even though I was barred from them anyway, but I'm not a pleasant drunk. But even though all those things are here, they're not the focus, you know? It's not the norm to go out to drink. You can do it. You can organize it with people, but it's not the first thing. It's more of a distance from it than, we'll say, back at home, where it seems to be acceptable to do cocaine. Actually, I read an article the other day, and the article was about the rise of women in rehabilitation centers for cocaine addiction. Now, that's something I noticed myself. A large number of women using cocaine, as well as men, don't get me wrong, as well as men, but a large number of women believing it keeps them slim, believing it's good for them somehow. I really don't know why, but a large number of women using cocaine. I saw that article and it reflected what I had saw. You know, women almost losing their femininity, if you ask me, by the monstrous drug that is cocaine. But if you are suffering from cocaine or from addiction, it is possible to be free from that if you make the right decisions, figure out a plan, get out, beat the monster. And I figured out a plan, and that was to get to Thailand and teach English. But I was lucky that I had already been there years prior, before COVID, and I understood that I could teach English and live cleaner here. So I guess that was a short video about my addiction. So I guess that was a video about addiction in general. There was a need in me to make that video and to speak a little bit. Peace and love, guys. Peace and love.